Reporting Illinois Republicans are unhappy about comments Governor J.B. Pritzker made about the new political map today. It came as Governor Pritzker signed the new law during a news conference in Springfield. Fox 18's Demetrius Sanders joins us live with the news and what the governor had to say. Demetrius.
Well, Jim, Republicans say the governor is lying on a key campaign pledge. In 2018, Pritzker said he would veto any redistricting map that is, quote, drafted or created by legislators, political party leaders, and/or their staff or allies. Today, our bureau asked the governor if he plans to keep his word.
I will veto an unfair map. I've also said that in order for us to have an independent commission, we needed to have a constitutional amendment, something that would actually change the way the process operates today in the Constitution. That did not happen. So now, as we reach the end of this session and I look to the legislature for their proposal for a redistricting map.
Except in 2018, he said something different. Back then, he said if the State House couldn't change the Constitution, lawmakers should just agree to adopt the map an independent commission drew, is something he no longer insists on. Meanwhile, Congressman Rodney Davis's political career could hinge on how Democrats draw the new map. He slammed the governor for lying, saying the governor will, quote, tighten his party's grip on power for another decade. House Republican leader Jim Durkin said the governor suffers from retrograde amnesia. Another law the governor signed today, the fourth and final pillar of the Black Caucus agenda. The new law aims to tackle systemic racism in our healthcare system. Among those, a requirement for clinical professionals to take an hour of implicit bias training. The law also providing $50 million to birthing units to address infant mortality. It also requires the state to study how income inequality, employment, housing, or transportation affects health outcomes.
The subtle forms of racism that show people that you don't belong. And so that's also a stressor. When you can't get the job that you are qualified for, that's a stressor. When even with the police violence and the fear and the grief of knowing that individuals are being killed, that's a stressor, and how that accumulates and causes wear and tear on the body and then causes diseases and mental illnesses.
Now, Republicans are arguing the state can't afford the proposal. One estimate is setting the cost at somewhere between $5 to $10 to $12 billion a year. The governor's office says those figures were outdated and inflated. In the newsroom for Fox 18 News, I'm Demetrius Sanders.
Demetrius, thank you.